All right, guys, I told you this one was coming and it's here. As you can see, Purple Beans version 2 launches in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I like to get into these miners as quickly as possible, as early as possible, swing the sledgehammer, as Stunna would say, and that way it gives me the highest likelihood to profit, or ROI. I think the same thing for you guys, so I'm filming this right now so I can get in right when this timer hits 0, and then I'll pump the video out. So within about 30 minutes you should be able to get in as well, and we should be able to boost this TVL up. Now, I've been talking to the dev for the last couple months here. I feel pretty solid about this one. As you guys know, the original Purple Beans did pretty well. The issue with the original Purple Beans, which I actually liked, but the issue was it's on Polygon, and a lot of people don't like to jump over and interact on Polygon. So while the TVL actually got pretty high up for a Polygon protocol, it didn't do as well as this one's going to do for sure. So after the dev created Purple Beans did well. He did previous projects too. He wanted to create another protocol that was like a version 2 that was more sustainable. If you remember the APRs on the Matic one, they were super high, and as you guys know, that's less sustainable. He's dropped this down to a 3% APR and introduced some other mechanics. It's kind of a fork of that original Purple Beans in that there's still a 10-day claim window and everything, but the tax isn't tiered. So why don't I go over it real quick? I can show you exactly how it works. It's not overly complicated. The new UI is really clean. It should remind you a little bit of the new UI for Mischief of Fortune. It's kind of got these same blocks here with same information, the invest now, the telegram, and all that. One thing that I should mention real quick. So some of you guys are jumping in to watch this video saying, oh man, version 2, I lost money in the original Purple Beans. Now, most of you guys that watch my channel shouldn't have, because I tell you right from the beginning, hey, there's risk in these contracts, but the earlier you get in, the higher likelihood you have to profit. So try to get in as early as possible. If you got in relatively early, you ROI'd in Purple Beans. If you got it late, maybe you made a little mistake, or you didn't claim on the right windows and got hit with that heavy tax and you didn't ROI, there's a pathway for you to get reimbursed for those tokens. If you look up here at the top where it says token compensation, you're going to want to click on that, fill out your information. If they verify that you did in fact not ROI, there's some steps you can take to get some of your funds back. So super cool. And I just think it's awesome that some devs are willing to do that. They obviously want everyone to make money. Not everyone is going to make money in miners, but if they can help them to recuperate some of those funds, maybe keep them in the ecosystem. I know this dev plans on, building new protocols as time goes on that are more and more advanced. And the more people that know he's a trustworthy dev and does his best to make sure everyone gets paid out and makes some sort of profit, I think it only helps him, and frankly, it helps all of us in the DeFi space. We need to give DeFi a better name. So trusted, honest devs. Sorry, I can't talk today, guys. It's early in the morning over here. I'm barely starting into my coffee. I don't normally do videos this early in the day, but we got to get it done because it's about to launch. So let me go into the white paper and everything in the flow, just so you guys understand exactly how to get through the process. But let me set up my ledger and get in. The timer just went to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this and I'm going to put some money in the system. Okay, to get in, you're going to want to click invest now. It's going to take you down here and you're going to approve USDC. As you can see here, I've got $1,631 in my wallet in USDC. I'm gonna go a little harder in this one than I normally do. So normally, as you guys know, miners for me are basically like $800 to $1,000 plays generally. If it's something that's set up more sustainable, similar to like a Wolf Capital, I'll put more, $1,200-1,300. In this one, I wanted to put in 2,000, but I just didn't have the funds, so I'm gonna put in 1616. Why that number? Because 16 is my lucky number, and why not? So let's approve the USDC and let's invest. All right, that's in there now, so we're good to go. Like I said, I'm gonna smash the rest of this video out so you guys can get in right away too. First off, they got a pretty good audit. Let's go to the audit. Audit was done by the Stamp. They got an 81 overall. Their lowest was Team Trust. They've done a couple other projects. I know this guy's trustworthy, at least as far as I can know. I've been working with him for a couple of months. He's done a few projects, most recent, of course, with Purple Beans. Everything was SAFU with that. Everything went fine. So I'd be willing to bet that during his next audit, this gets bumped up to 80 and then 90 and so on. But no backdoors, owners 100%. Fees at 90, which is pretty good. The fees are relatively low on this one, which I like. So overall, pretty good score. Here is the summary. Smart contract has been reviewed by the Stamp and found no backdoors in the code. There is no malicious code that allows the owner or others to withdraw funds from the smart contract. Okay, I feel pretty safe. Like I said, I feel pretty safe because the last project this guy did paid out well. There was really no issues. My only issue with that one, like I said, Polygon, I think less people got in because of that. And the high PR just makes it so it's not going to last that long. This one's got a little bit different game theory. And like I said, it's down to the 3%. This is a miner style app like Mischief of Fortune, which is a fork of BUSD Crops Yield Farmer, with the addition of 22% of the invested funds being used for collateral rehypothecation. This contract is deemed safe for investing with the disclaimer that it is an ROI miner application where the user's investments cannot be withdrawn. The owner has privileges without bounds, and the user earns their funds back through withdrawing the investment interest. Of course, we're very familiar with this. It's like every miner. You put your money into the protocol, it's locked, and you take your profits back out via your daily ROI payment. Now, just a disclaimer, with anything in DeFi, there is risk. So none of this stuff is guaranteed. You could make a lot of money, you could lose your money. It's really up to you to determine what your risk tolerance is. I've determined my personal risk tolerance on this one, and if I were to lose this money, I would be frustrated, but it's not going to change my way of life at all. For me, I play a lot of these daily ROI protocols lately, and on some of them I lose. Some of them I lose all my money. Some of them I just lose a portion of it. But the good ones that I find make up for that loss, and I end up making money. This one I'm feeling really confident about, like I said, but do your own research. So, like I said, the good thing is this is now on the Binance Smart Chain. More people like to interact on the Binance Smart Chain, particularly with applications like this. So I think it's going to get some more traction. In addition to that, when he moved over, he planned on doing it on BUSD. But there's a lot of negative press about BUSD. I think BUSD is going to be fine. So what he did is he made a pivot, which delayed this a little bit longer, moved it over to USDC, which luckily for him is probably my second favorite stablecoin. I use USDC in a lot of other applications. Obviously, Mischief of Fortune, Furio, and the Fury Pool pays me out every day in USDC. So it's a currency that I love, and I'm pumped about getting more of it. So DApp type, it's an ROI farmer with the collateral rehypothecation that we just talked about. Daily ROI percent is the 3% for 100 days. So all this is basically saying is if you put in $100 over that 100 days, you can 3x it, but then that initial deposit has maxed out after 300%. So a lot of the ROI dApps that you've seen lately have like a 300% max. This one does too, but every additional deposit will then give that deposit 100 days runway. So the way this is set up, it's like a higher paying version or a higher percentage version of Mischief of Fortune. And I think it's going to get played the same way, to be honest. I'm going to try to ask my folks that are in it that, if you jump in during my referral code, or using my referral code, I should say, that when you take profits, you reinvest a portion of that back into the system and keep this thing going. It's worked really well for Mischief of Fortune. That thing I think is going to last at least another year. People have been really diligent about doing that. I know some of the big teams over on Wolf Capital are doing the exact same thing. I think these communities are trying to band together to make these things last a little bit longer, have people get paid out more gradual over time rather than quick cash grabs. So this one's going to be similar, and that's how I'm going to play it. So I don't know exactly what my percentage will be, but it's probably going to be, when I take profits, let's say it's $100, I'll split it in half. I'll keep 50 for myself, and I'll put 50 back into the protocol. So that's what I plan to do. So the reward accumulation cutoff is 10 days and the withdrawal cooldown period is 10 days. Basically what that's saying, if you remember with purple beans, baked beans, all those recent ones, every day that would go by, you get a 10% discount in taxes, right? So day one would be a 90% tax, day two an 80% tax, and so on. And so that would work its way down. That's not the case here. You just have a window that you can claim in. So just like with Mischief of Fortune, for example, those guys are 15 days. So there's nothing really you can do besides add more money for that 15-day period. Then it's your claim day. You have a little window to claim. And then your choice is to take all the money out and just keep it, or of course, to redeposit a portion of that and elongate the length and viability of the contract. So here it's similar, just different day windows. The rewards will accumulate for 10 days and then they'll cut off. And the withdrawal cooldown is for 10 days. So once you make a withdrawal, you can't do another one for 10 days. It also happens that on that day, any rewards you've earned will stop being earned. So the moral of the story is get in here once every 10 days, claim your profits, and if you choose to do so, reinvest a portion of those profits back into the ecosystem because, of course, it will help the protocol last. This one's important. Making new deposits on top of existing deposits will not reset the withdrawal countdown. That was an issue with purple beans and baked beans and everything. Initially, people didn't know exactly how that works. So if you make a deposit today, your 10-day clock starts. And if you're like, hey, I want to add a couple more hundred, a couple days down the road, that will not reset that 10 days. It just adds to the balance that you have deposited. Like I said, no backdoors, no privileges for the owners. There's a deposit fee of 5%. And there's also a 5% sustainability tax when withdrawing. It won't be counted as a dev fee. It just stays in the contract. So this is just going directly back into the contract, just as a tax. It goes basically back like into the tax pool. The deposit fee is split up between marketing. There's a small dev fee in there, and I forget exactly how it breaks down, but that's pretty reasonable. So I've got no issue with the fees here. And of course, the fees got a 90 out of 100 on the audit, so that's solid. All right, that explained a lot of it, but I think maybe I should hit the white paper just for folks who really like white papers. I'll do a quick once over, and then of course, you guys are always welcome to ask me questions down in the comments if you have any additional questions. As I stated, Purple Beans has come up with a new version on USDC. You guys all witnessed the successful launch of Purple Beans, and now we're back with a Purple Beans version that's of course on USDC. This will be the next major project with passive income of 3% daily for up to 100 days. Basically, you can 3x. If all you did was take profits in this one, it would take you about 33 days to get your money back. We aim to build a stress-free DeFi community who can gain financial freedom by earning passive income just by investing in this project. The project was consciously developed with all the essential changes which are vital to outshine the whole DeFi environment. The methods encompassed in the contract were checked scrupulously and then utilized to distribute to the players as profits. We make sure that the project is feasible to both influencers as well as other investors, other regular retail investors, to have a fair chance to prosper with no fear of TVL getting rugged. I forget what the referral fee is here. I want to say it's low, like 3%, something like that. Okay, specifications. Purple Beans USDC is an uncomplicated and constructed dApp. Easy to use, requires only one button to invest. You guys saw me do that already. It consists of one single plan, which is locked for 100 days, where users can earn up to 300%. The daily ROI is 3%, minimum deposit $10 USDC, maximum deposit 100K. Like I always say, most of us don't have that problem. One day I hope to be frustrated by a $100,000 max to get into protocols. The max returns on any particular deposit, like I've stated, is 300%. So if you put in $1,000, max you could ever pull out on that is $3,000. If you add another $1,000 later, you've now upped that to $6,000 and so on. Referral rewards 3%. I like that it's lower. I know some of these protocols have insane referral rewards, and a lot of people shill those projects to try to make as much money as possible. I like the more sustainable one. I think it's cool that people who take time to put in the effort to make videos and get content out there and answer questions get some sort of kickback, but I don't think it needs to be crazy. Just needs to be worth their time. So 3% solid. All right, it says use MetaMask. Obviously use a ledger. There's a link down below directly to the site, a referral link, or go directly to the site. If you don't have a ledger or something like that, a treasure, I highly recommend getting one. Just be more safe and secure. DeFi is crazy enough as it is with all the rugs and frustration and projects that are going down and failing. The last thing you need is to get your wallet compromised and then your money's gone. So anyway, get a ledger or some sort of secure device. All right, 3%, like we said, sustainability tax will be sent back to the TVL to help support the project. If users withdraw and then reinvest that will make a new plan, basically like a new stake, and the daily rewards will be increased. Same thing, like I said, put in $1,000, you can get up to 3,000. You want to take some of that money out and put it back in, then you're increasing your cap by 300% of that amount. All right, the win-win strategy, obviously invest in the project. Generate referral income by making people invest with your link. Obviously, my link will be posted down below. If you want to share your own link with your friends, you can do that. This one's important. Reinvest 50% of your returns to increase your position and rewards. So I'm going to do this one. Let's do 50%. I'm going to play this exactly like I play Mischief of Fortune. After 10 days when it's time to claim, let's say in this example that I take out $100, I will put $50 back into the system and keep 50 in profits to help me build to my ROI. So that's what I'm going to do. If you guys join my team, I ask that you do the same. Obviously, crypto is a solo sport, but when we work together, things last longer, we make more money. So, that would be my preferred method. All right, roadmap here. We're already past this part, right? Marketing, auditing, ads, and shilling. The dApp is live right now. There's a token airdrop and pre-sale. They're coming up with a Purple Beans token. Right after that happens is when that compensation and the airdrop happens. So if you didn't make money in the original Purple Beans, this is your opportunity to get some of those funds back. They're going to market that token, do a pre-sale, launch, liquidity pool staking, blockchain games, all that type of stuff. So he really is trying to build out an ecosystem here, which I think is awesome. If everything goes well on this one, I'll be happy to buy into this token pre-sale and get some Purple Beans tokens. Stake them, earn some additional yield. What we need is more honest devs in the space. So let's wrap this one up because I want to get the video out so you guys can get in. But of course, on the white paper, there's the Telegram, the audit, contract, all that stuff, some Medium articles. So join the Telegram, ask any questions if you want. Like I said, I will post my link in the description below. I'd love it if you guys would use mine, but you don't have to. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. That's why I went a little harder. Decided to go with double my lucky number. We're going with 1616 in the pot. I'm hoping over time, this thing will last a while and I'll at least be able to 3x this 1616. So let me know what you guys think. Like, easy to get in. Like I said, once you click invest now, you'll come down here, you'll approve the USDC, you'll click the invest with the same amount. MetaMask will pop up those 2 times to confirm the transactions that are going to be in the system. Then all you need to do is wait for this timer to get down to 0. Once that gets down to 0, it is your opportunity to claim. And then if you're willing to do so, reinvest 50% of that, and let's all go on to make a lot of money together. So again, I'm very confident in this one. I'm confident in the dev. He's a great guy. I think this protocol is going to do well, particularly if people are reinvesting. It's going to be something that has the ability to last. And if done right, just like Mischief of Fortune, this thing could last over a year, which would be good profits for people. So check it out. Please let me know if you have any questions down below. Happy investing.